All right, welcome back, YouTube family and friends, and new subscribers and new viewers. Thank you for joining me today. Today's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to make a couple meals today. First thing I'm going to make is breakfast. Yeah, breakfast. And the other one, I haven't really decided. I want to make chicken tacos, but I might change it. We'll see how it goes. So far, I'm sticking with the chicken tacos, but it's going to be a simple breakfast today. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we got. We have our bacon, 3 eggs. 3 eggs. The tools we're going to use right here. So here's our tools right there. We need a spatula for the eggs. We need a fork to eat with, and we're going to use the tongs for the bacon. Here's another thing I have. 1 frying pan. Yes, 1 frying pan. I don't need 4 or 5 frying pans to get the job done. So, as we progress, don't go anywhere because you're going to like what you see. I hope. Now, when it comes to making eggs and bacon, it's a Western meal, most likely in America. And bacon in America looks like this. Now, you might say bacon in Canada. It's probably round piece of pork. That's what bacon. That's called what we call in America is Canadian bacon. So here we're just gonna do regular bacon the way we have it, sliced, American style. Hope you like it. So we're gonna take it out of our reusable bag. It's got a Ziploc. This is hickory thick cut bacon, wood smoked. It's a Wright brand. I got it at Costco. So that being said, we're gonna do. I usually like to do 6 because my sous chef, as you can see right there, she's waiting. She's not very patient. She runs a strict kitchen, more strict than I do. She's like, hurry up, get it done. Right, Hope? Say hello. Hello, everybody. Good job, girl. You're the best sous chef I ever had. Now, I want to show you something about the bacon. You see that? The bacon actually comes from the belly of a pig, pork belly. I like that fat. I like a lot of fat on my bacon on purpose, not an accident, on purpose. So, let me get this cranked up. Remember our rule of thumb. You don't have to have it like that. You can turn it down. About medium. You don't need it on super high. It's ridiculous. People who cook with the flame up as high as it can go, I mean, it's not a wok, so it doesn't require you to do that. Be smart about it, people. You know, 1, don't burn your house down. 2, just because you have the heat on high doesn't cook the food well enough, okay? Be smart. You know, have a steady heat, you know, steady flame. Cook the food properly. Sous chef is getting a little close. Look at her. Look at her. She's already in the mood. She's like, hurry it up. She saw me put the bacon in this. No sooner I put the bacon in, she's like, hey, man, is it done? She's best sous chef, though. Hope is. She's the best. I wouldn't trade her for 2 nickels. Now, if somebody offered me a dime, that's a possibility. She might get traded for a dime, but not 2 nickels. Right, Hope? You're worth more than 2 nickels. But, seriously, I love that dog. Something about animals are just, they're really a good comfort source, you know. I used to have a golden retriever, and he was, to me, the best dog I ever had in my life. I trained him well. Every day we did something. We either would go hit fly balls, he would get the balls, and and I lived off of a golf course. And I remember when we first moved in, and a golfer was hitting a golf ball, and it landed in the fairway, which is on the edge of our backyard. But just as a disclaimer, I no longer have that house. So moving on. So my golden retriever and I were sitting on the lower deck, and he saw that. He went out, ran out to the golf course, got the golf ball, and brought it back to me like, hey, here's a souvenir. I'm like, I had to teach him immediately not to do that. So, and I took the golf ball and I threw it back out in the fairway. You should have seen the look on the guy's face, you know. Hey, I probably threw it farther than he hit it, so what's it matter? He probably got a better score anyway. But that being said, back to our bacon and eggs story. No, this isn't green eggs and ham. These are regular eggs. These are grade A, white eggs. I also get these from Walmart. I get the like the 60 count or something like that. I think it is. I can't remember. I think it's 60 count. But it's more cost efficient. You don't need the jumbo eggs. You know, two, 3 eggs. All you need. You don't need a jumbo egg and hope you land a double yolk. That's demented. But hey, here we got the bacon going. How do I like my bacon? It's crispy. Why do I like it crispy? It's my choice. It's how I like it. I don't necessarily have to have it the way others like it, but it's my choice. I like crispy bacon. Yes. So keep watching. So while the bacon's cooking, I want to show you something. You see how it starts to crinkle up like that? That's good, but you gotta watch it. This kind of bacon, because this has actually more amount of fat in it, you want to be real careful because it will burn quicker than bacon that doesn't have a lot of fat or that's more lean. Let's put it that way. So, no, I'm not gonna make toast. I just want the straight protein. I don't want the bread and stuff to go with it. Just a straight protein. So, see, chef, I must have wore her out. Right, Hope? Wore you out? Or are you just waiting patiently? She doesn't care. You know when she will care? When I pull that bacon out of the pan, she'll say to me, "You might want to share. Drop 1 or 2, or maybe the whole thing down to me." Easy. Anyway, so we're gonna make the 3 eggs. We're gonna fry the eggs, and we're just gonna fry the bacon. And I have a bowl I'm gonna put in. Here's my bowl. I want to put it in the bowl on purpose because to me, I think sometimes plates are okay, paper plates are okay. It's all how your preference, what you like. Today, I'm in the mood to put it in a bowl, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it all in a bowl. And you know what else we're gonna start doing? I think I'm gonna start taking you on a walk with me as I work on losing weight, and I think it'd be good. And I would be more than willing to hear anything people have to say about what you could do to help me along. I mean, trade-off is I'll teach you how to cook a few things. We'll talk about some subjects. You can teach me how to better improve myself and lose some weight. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm fat, okay? And it wasn't accidental. I did it to myself. Why? Well, sometimes, you know, you stop exercising, you stop going to the gym, you stop doing the things necessary to keep yourself healthy. Well, you know, it's easier to put weight on than it is to take it off. True story. Okay? Ask anybody who's ever struggled with weight loss, and they'll tell you how hard it is to get it off. Now, there are many success stories. I'm hoping to be one of them. But I have to get myself prepared. So like I said, today we're making breakfast. This afternoon, I'm going to go get a rotisserie chicken. Tomato, some lettuce, maybe some Ortega mild salsa on purpose to cook with the chicken. I already have some shredded cheese, and I need to get flour tortilla shells. Now, I don't use the corn tortilla shells. They give me heartburn. But the flour tortilla shells, you know, it's much better for my system. Just saying, you know. So, as we're cooking this bacon, let's pay attention to detail here. And it's starting to smell really well. It smells so good. So, I'm going to keep some of this and I'm going to start turning it. I'm going to start turning it. And I want you to pay attention specifically to the underside of this. See that? It's starting to brown up. That's exactly what you want. You want it to start to brown up. You know, my grandmother, she used to have her own restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee. This was years ago. I was just a kid. And my grandmother made the best biscuits. Oh my goodness. She made the best biscuits. And I still think about that to this day. Old Grandma Daisy, she used to make biscuits, and they were fire. They were so good. My sister said to me, "Hey Phil, why don't you make biscuits for your audience?" I'm thinking, yeah, I could. However, that's a lot of work, but it's still a good plausible idea. So maybe I will. Maybe one day I'll actually just break down and just do it. Make the biscuits. Yeah. So we're gonna fast forward this to the finish of the bacon, and then we'll start the eggs, and then we're gonna move forward up until we get to starting our next meal, which will be our chicken tacos. All right. We're gonna fast forward. Here we go. Okay, we finished the bacon. There it is. Let me show you a little better. There you are. There you go. This bacon, as soon as it cools off, it's going to be crispy. It's a little too hot, so I'm not gonna bite into it right now. But we have 3 eggs. We're gonna move that out of the way. Now, I turned the heat on very low so we can put the eggs in without getting splashback from the bacon grease. Yes, we're gonna use the same grease, or I should say the renderings from the bacon to cook the eggs. Okay, so why? Because it's already preset, I guess. It helps the cooking process. You don't have to add oil or nothing then. We're just using the bacon fat. So let's put our eggs in. And I turn the heat as low as it'll go while I put these eggs in. And I'll tell you, the reason I did that, as I already said, because if the grease is too hot, and you're putting in these eggs, what's going to happen is you're going to get splashback, like I've already said. And you don't want that in your eye. You don't want that on your face. It hurts. So, let's not do that. So, now that I've put the eggs in, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3. Now I can turn the heat up a little more. Turn the fire up a little more. There we go. Right there. We don't want it all the way up, because we're not trying to burn the eggs, we're trying to cook the eggs. So that's what we're gonna do. And we got this for the eggshells. Some people like to crush them and put them in their garden, or feed them to your dog, or all it is really just a protein from the chicken. Even the shell is protein. Can you eat it? That's up to you. You want to do that, go ahead. But no, I'm not. Make sure we got everything. Yeah. That's it. Put them in a paper towel. So when I gotta throw it away, I I don't have egg splashing or yolk or whatever all over the garbage. So, right now, so let's bring you over here closer to where the eggs are. Let's show you. Okay. Flip them over. Pretty easy, huh? See, I put them over. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm gonna cook mine a little harder because what I mean by cooking them harder, I don't mind having a yolk. It's just that in this situation, I want the egg yolk to be a little firmer, so I don't get it everywhere because I don't have toast, so I'm not gonna eat toast. But I want to be able to eat the majority of the egg without throwing away anything. So, and you see why I didn't have it on high? Because on medium heat, it's cooking just fine. It's more manageable, and then I'm not rushing trying to scratch the pan or scrape the pan that's cooking, because these pans, they're not cheap. And if you go through 3 or 4 of these a month because you scratched it all up, then you're doing something wrong. You should never, on a non-stick pan, use metal. You should use rubber or whatever they call this. So silicone, whatever. But you should never use a metal spatula on a non-stick pan. I don't care what brand it is. I've yet to see a brand where you can actually use metal and get away with it. Now I know I've seen some advertised. I don't know if the advertisement is true or not. I just see the commercial. It doesn't make it true because you see it in the commercial. It makes it true as actual experience. So, if you want to send me a pan that I can use metal spatula on, please do. I'll accept it. I'll appreciate it, and I'll use it. That's the funny thing. You send me pans to cook, you guarantee I'm gonna cook. And for the people that do share like that, I'm all in. I will be glad to cook. No problem. So, anyway, that was just my little disclaimer. You know, I'm not asking anybody for anything. I'm just pointing it out. Now, you see, this is on medium heat, and we're going to turn down a little more. See, that's what happens. Actually, we're actually done. Let's just turn the heat off. We're just going to let it sit there and cook a little longer while the heat's off. Sous chef, she's waiting there with bated breath. I hope people don't mind. I mean, some people are a little finicky where they're like, we don't want a dog or a cat in the kitchen, it's unclean. Well, you know what? You're just as dirty as a pig in a barn or a sty. Have you washed your hands before you started cooking, and you wiped your nose or whatever while you're cooking? Come on, man. But no, seriously, I'm not picking on anybody. But my point is, I like her hat by me. She calms me down. She makes me relax. Not makes me, but she helps me to relax. Okay, so now I'm making supper instead of lunch. I skipped lunch. So I had the eggs and bacon, that was fine. And my sous chef, she got her share. So I'm going to show you what I bought at the store today for tonight's preparation. I bought floured tortillas, not tortillas. Don't insult the Spanish people. It's tortilla, all right? So don't do that. Then I have a rotisserie chicken that I bought. It's easier to debone a rotisserie chicken than it is to try to sit there and, how do you say it, cook it. Now I could do that, but you know, I could boil the chicken, all that other stuff, or you know, whatever. It's just too complicated. When I can get a nice rotisserie chicken, already cooked thoroughly, debone it, and it serves the same purpose. Smart, not hard. That's how you should work. And the next thing I bought was some tomatoes, not tomatillas. But yeah, you can say tomatillas. I guess you can. I think that's Spanish for tomato. I'm not 100% sure. My sister will correct me if when she sees this video. I'm sure she'll be ringing my phone. You can say tomatilla, and if I don't say it right, you'll brain me. So anyway, this is for my sister. This is a tomato, and so we're gonna dice that up. Then I have a head of lettuce, and I have some sharp cheddar cheese that we had left over from a previous meal that we made a couple days ago. And I'm a little different. I like a little mayonnaise on my gig. I like it on there because it tastes pretty good. It actually, to me, it enhances it. So how am I gonna season this chicken? I'll show you. First, let me debone it and get it prepped. I'm gonna get our vegetables prepped. I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna get this chopped up. Not the whole thing, because there's only two of us. I'm not going to chop up the entire head of lettuce. Picante is already ready to go. Now, I don't, just to let you know, but the picante, it has already in it some more tomato and pepper, some onion and garlic in it. And that's okay. You know, that's just, that's how it's going to go. So I'm going to use that when I cook the chicken. Again, I'm going to put it in the pan. But I'm going to first chop up the vegetables, get those prepared, get them out of the way. And so you're not sitting here watching me do this for the next 10-15 minutes. Okay, so I've got the tomatoes and the lettuce all pieced up. I got the tomatoes all diced up. This is actually just one tomato. I bought 2 tomatoes, but 2 of them would be too many. And then I took the one head of lettuce and I tore it up. I didn't chop it up because, you know, look, we don't eating the burritos. I was gonna make tacos, but I decided to change it up to a burrito. I can eat for a salad or something tomorrow. Simple. Now, some of you might hate me for doing this, but I don't care. So I'm gonna warm up my tortilla shell. I put some butter in it on purpose. See? I put butter in it on purpose. Yes, on purpose. Because I think what the butter will do is enhance the flavor. There's many different ways you can prepare how you like things. And I'm just showing you how I'm preparing the way I like it. So I'll put a little butter in the pan, won't hurt nothing. We're going to let it get up. Actually, we're going to turn the heat up just a little above medium. Get the pan going. And it's already heating up, so we're going to drop that. Look at this. Look how perfect that fit right in the pan. Perfect. Excellent, right? Or excelente. So, here we go. We're going to wait for that to heat up. Chicken's already deboned. I want to show you that as well. So here's the chicken deboned. So, and the way I'm gonna make my burrito isn't how I'm going to, you know, I would make somebody else's, but the ingredients are here. Oh, welcome back to the sous chef. Say hi, Hope. Hope, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Good girl. All right, back up. Don't get burned. You know, the audience will never forgive me. And you're like, gosh, he's using his fingers. It's mine, man. I'm going to eat this. What are we doing here? I could touch it with my own fingers. All right? No, seriously. It's okay. If you've watched any of my videos by now, you know I wash my hands. And I'm a little, how you call it, special needed on that one. Because I want to do it right. I always want to do it right. A little crazy, I guess you could say I am. And that's cool. You know, so how do I know when this tortilla is done? Well, right now you'll see it's taking on, it's bubbling up a little bit. That's okay. I want it to do exactly that. So, I'm trying to induce some heat back into the tortilla shell. It's been sitting on the shelf at the store for I don't know how many days. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's cooked. The tortilla shell's already cooked. I'm just basically all I'm doing is reheating the tortilla shell. So where if it was a fresh tortilla shell, yeah, you would be using a flame or just like me, another pan to heat it up. See how it's turning brown like that? That's exactly what I want. I'm gonna do that to the other side as well. And then we're gonna put it on the plate, set it to the side, and put some chicken on it. And do the chicken next. What do you think? So we're gonna give this a couple minutes. So, oh, I want to show you the seasoning I'm gonna use. I got a little chili powder. I got the essentials, garlic and onion powder, and salt. So, don't need too much more than that. And oh, of course, I have mayonnaise. Now I know most of you will say, I don't know why this guy puts mayonnaise on his burrito. Again, before you knock it, try it. You might learn something here. This is educational anyway. So I'm teaching you how I do things. I'm not conventional, meaning it's not the norm for me to do it everybody's way. Recipes change over time, and they change often. And why? Well, because everybody has different tastes, different flavor or different desires, So now look at this. So now this is done, and here's what it looks like finished after being in the frying pan. Now it's going to cool down some, but that's good. That gives me good time to take the chicken that I want out of the chicken I've already shredded. Alright, we're going to take some of this. We're just going to put it right in the pan. There we go. Just like that. We're going to turn the heat down too, because we're not trying to wind up with double dead chicken here. So, there. That's what's going to go in our burrito. Alright, so while it's cooking, let's seal this back up. Okay. Cool that down a little bit. Turn the temp down. So, well, let's do this. We're going to add a little salt. Don't need a whole lot. Turn that down more. You don't need your flame up on high. Remember our rule. So we don't need to flame up on high. Alright, so that was some salt. Garlic powder. You don't need to blanket it. Just enough, sprinkle it on there. Maybe about a quarter teaspoon or something like that. That's all you really need. And same thing with the onion powder. And now I was gonna put picante on mine, but I'm gonna save that. I have a different idea. I'm gonna put some chili powder in the chicken while it's cooking. Yeah. I don't wanna. This chili powder here is pretty strong. So, and also, while that is coming together, what we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our tortilla shell. Prepping it right here. Little mayonnaise. Put it on the tortilla shell. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it looks. Okay, so I think one day I'm gonna teach you how to make mayonnaise. So buying it in the store is no longer an option. You can make it yourself. Really, it's a simple thing to do. So let me stir this. Let me turn this chicken around. Yeah. See, it's much better. You don't have to have it on high heat because it doesn't need to stick to your pan. That's another thing I want to point out. If you're on high heat, it sticks to the pan. Do you really want that? I don't want that. You gotta scrub it out, and who wants to go through that trauma? So let's just let that warm up a little bit. And while it's warming up, I put the mayonnaise on already. See? mayonnaise on already. I'm going to put some tomato down. Now I diced this tomato. You know, I don't want to overload it because I got chicken I'm going to put in here too. So there you go, just like that. You see, perfect. So got a lid for the tomato. Now look, if you don't cover your vegetables, okay, and you leave it on the counter for the next guy, what you're going to wind up with is flies, like gnat type of flies. You don't want that. That's a problem in itself. So since my roommate's not here, I'm actually gonna just make one for me, and if I have enough, if I so desire, I'll make another one later. But for now, it's just me. And I'm gonna take some of this lettuce. Yes. Now this is just regular iceberg lettuce. You can break it up more if you want. I'm gonna do that. I don't want giant pieces, but it's simple, you know. And then we're gonna take our meat, turn our flame off. I'm gonna put this right on here. I'll show you. Let's show you this way. We're gonna put it right on here. There you go. Look at that. Yes. There you go. Check that out. Now, I could roll this up or I could fold this up. Either way is okay. Either way is correct. Me, because I have a little more than I anticipated, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. I'm probably just gonna, well, first let's add my cheese. Because, you know, a burrito or even a taco for that matter. Now, when it comes to cheese, you can use whatever kind of cheese you so desire. And if you don't want cheese, you don't have to have cheese. So again, remember, everything I make, I show you the way I like it. Not necessarily has to be the way I like it. You can do it however you want. So let me show you what it looks like. Here you go. So you have your tortilla shell. I put some mayonnaise on it. I got tomato. I have lettuce. I have the chicken that I heat in the pan with garlic, onion powder, chili powder, and a little salt. A little salt, people. Okay, don't go crazy. Now, some of you, my sister who wants me to try this, maybe I'll do that tomorrow, but she said get some picante sauce and cook it with the chicken. And I'm thinking about it, and she's right, because she's done this and she's tried it. My sister has made many Mexican or Spanish meals, and she's well versed at it. But I wanted to show you this one last time. This is what it looks like, and I want to say, look, I want to tell everybody, thank you for joining me today on these. I'm making these two meals. I made breakfast, I made dinner. If you liked what I did, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so every time I do another video, you can watch it as soon as it comes out. But again, I appreciate everybody taking your time out, and I thank you so much. And even the sous chef right here, she thanks you. Say thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Just go right up to that's the sous chef, Hope. Yep. So again, have a wonderful evening. Whatever you do, do it well. Stay blessed. Take care.